if someone were to come to your house and you are calling them and you open the door and you ask him, who are you? And he is saying, I am the President of India. Okay, he is making a very tall claim, right? What will you think? You won't believe. Suppose you have never seen the true President of India, you never know who he is. You are in a very remote village and you don't have any idea of who the President of India is right now. But someone is making this claim that I am the President of India. What would you do? Yeah, anyone can answer. You start believe it. Okay, what else? What is the other response? What will you do? Will you just believe because he said I am President of India? Will you believe?
He's asking for counter questions.
Yeah, like what kind of counter questions will you ask?
Some kind of counter proof that he is.
Definitely. You will not just accept somebody because he says I am the President of India, right? You would ask searching questions, right? You look for proof. You look for proof in the sense you look for support. A President of India would not just come just like that, to your house. If he comes, there is a way he comes, right? And there is a way people will know that he need not have to go and proclaim that I am the President of India, I am the President of India. No need, right? When the President of India comes, there is no need for proclamation in that way. It says that he doesn't have to prove that he is the President of India. The proof is there. Right? So when someone says I am God, okay, that's a very tall claim. I mean that's even much bigger than making a claim that I am the President of India. It's a huge claim that someone is claiming that I am God. And if someone is claiming that I am God, the first thing that you will mind is that if a man says that, then you will say something wrong with it because we have an idea of who God is, right? Can you tell me some of the things that you will look for when a president is saying, when a man is saying he's the President of India? You would say, is there any escort or some police or some guards or something like that? Is there a proclamation from the government of India that this guy is coming? Is there some kind of vehicles, government vehicles that are coming and so on? So there are certain additional things that you're looking for when someone says that someone is so and so. So when a person is saying he is God, first thing that we need to know is there some additional things that we can look for? One of the clearest things that we should look for is whether he is the creator. Can you attribute him as a creator? Now, will you say that, how do you know that there is a creator? Well, anything with design, anything that is not designed, has got a designer, right? You get a watch from the road, you will never say that, oh, this watch came by itself. Will you say that? No, why? Because there is design in the watch. There is a mechanism, there is a principle, right? That's one thing. When there is a design, there is a designer. Second thing, when there is a law, what is behind the law? Who is behind? There is a lawgiver, a lawmaker, right? All all vehicles should stop when the red light comes. It doesn't come like that. There is a group of people who made that law, right? Everyone should pay the taxes. That's a law by the government because we know the law is there. There is a intelligence behind it. So two things I want to tell you. One, when you see design, say there is a design. You're all engineers, you design and you make things. You see a thing, you need not see the designer. But when you see a product, when you see a matter which is made out of a design, you will immediately know that there is a designer. You don't know who the designer is. That's the secondary question. But you will instinctively know that there is a designer behind it, right? So, just because you can't see the designer, will you say that this came by itself? So, anything with design will have a designer. Anything, any law that we see around us does have a lawgiver. So anything with the designer, anything, any law will have a lawgiver. Okay. And now, when you look for these two things, you will have to search then. How can we know this God? Okay, I told you there is a God. We know that because there is design in this universe. We see the way that the earth turns. How earth cannot be too big because it is full of hydrogen like Jupiter. It cannot be too small like Mercury because then we cannot live here. Right? So it's a right size where the right mixture of gases are there so that human life can be sustained. Human, animal and plant life can be sustained. See the right position in which moon is kept so that the oceans can be stirred. Oceans can be stirred so that the stagnation won't happen. And if it's too much of disturbance, too much of gravitational pull, what will happen? The oceans will come and take over the continents. You see that correct apt way this moon is positioned so that the right kind of tidal waves and the force is pulling up and see. So there is a very clear design that we see. Another thing about the law, the gravitational law. The gravitational law is universal. That means if you go jump from the 10th floor from here, or you go to China or to US, where will you land up? Down. Right? So physical laws are universal. So are moral laws. So if you break a physical law, what will happen? You put your hand in the fire, you burn, right? Irrespective of who you are. It's not a respect of persons. Law is not a respect of persons. If you break that law, the consequences are there, right? So if you break physical laws, physical consequences. If you break moral laws, moral consequences, right? That is why we see the society degrading, because there are some moral laws and people are breaking those moral laws. So my question is, if there is a God who is a designer, if there is a God who is a lawgiver, how can we know this God? What way can we know? You are all science students. You use your five senses to try and study about physics, about engineering, about physics, about chemistry, about so many archaeology. So many things in this world can we know with our mind. But there's a problem with studying about God like that, because our minds are finite. We cannot know all the things in all the world in all ages, right? It's not possible. Now, suppose you take all knowledge of this world, engineering, physics, chemistry, astronomy, all disciplines, medicine, all disciplines put together. If you put all knowledge together, and let us say it is 100, okay? And you put all knowledge of this world, everything that a man has ever known in this world for the last so many decades, so many millennia, you put all together and say let us say 100. What will be the percentage you will know? 2%. Pretty high. Very, very high. Yeah. What percentage? 0.0. Yeah. Infinitesimally small. The most intelligent person in this world, of all the knowledge that we know, I don't know how many zeros we should add up to points. So little. And out of this little knowledge, how can we know about a God who gave all this knowledge? In fact, all the knowledge put together has only been, knowing little of the universe. People, scientists say, we only know little. We still started to see the tip of the iceberg. So if all the knowledge that is already known only is 100 and we know only very little, how can we know this great God who made all the universe, who made all the laws, who made all this design? How can we know? Can we know? That's so difficult. Okay? I'm just presenting before you a difficulty, because with our finite mind, with our research, with our intelligence, with our research, with our all this so-called modern equipments, computers and so on, our ability to know about this great God who made all this wonderful design is what do we do? The only hope for us is He reveals it to us. That's only way. Right? I, by my effort, cannot, because my ability is very small, my knowledge is very small, and my lifetime is very small. And with my limited abilities, with my limited lifetime, I've got my limitations. So my only hope is that He reveals Himself to me. That's my only hope. And one of the things that we know about this God whom we are not seeing, okay? Now, you guys are not living in a house, so you don't have to pay electricity bill. Correct? I have to. For this light I use in my house, I have to go to the scarcity office and pay. Let me ask you a question. Who made this? This energy, whatever we get to power my light and my fan and everything? Who made it? The scarcity made it? Who? Power plants made it? Where did they get this from? Eh? Okay, let's say hydroelectric. Now from where? Now there is no rain. What do you call that? Shut down. If there is no rain, then there is no way I can get this, right? If there is a drought for a year, trouble. So it is from nature that they are getting this, and they are charging me because, of course, okay, this is a charge because they are converting potential energy to this and so on. That's fine. But the base of it, or the source of it, is God. Sunlight. Is God charged, Brother John? If He is charging us for sunlight, all our money cannot be paid on that. If He is charging us for oxygen, if you go to the hospital and if you are sick with asthma, they give you oxygen, right? They charge you per hour. One day if you stay there, you will know. God is giving all this free. Some people say there is no God, I hate God. God said no oxygen for them. No? Yes. So what do we understand from the nature of God from all this? If you are working in a company, you're the owner of the company and some employee shouts at you and is throwing clothes at you, what do you do next day? Fire him! Without any doubt, fire him. Don't give him salary or whatever, right? So many people shout, no God, there is no God. I blaspheme the name of God. Loving. God is loving, God is kind, God is generous. So these are the things that we see in the nature. He does not charge us anything. Sunlight is free, wind is free, water is free, rain is free. Everything is free for us. What do we understand about God? He's a kind, He's a loving, He's a generous, long-suffering. Long-suffering. He is not getting angry like us, He's long-suffering. So many things about God that we can see from the nature. Right? So He has revealed Himself through nature what kind of person He is. Okay? I'm trying to come. What kind of God, when someone says God, this is the kind of God who, you get by a parcel every day some wonderful gifts. You don't have to pay anything for it. What do? You are happy. Thank you very much and go. What will be in your mind? You don't know. There is no pay. There is no address or anything. He just comes. What will you do? Okay? Yeah. You will have a curiosity to know. Right or not? No? Or you say thank you very much. You will have a curiosity to know. Who is this person? Who sent this to me? Who is this guy who is just generously giving me every day all this? I would like to know, right? But no address. You will find out where it is posted. So you somehow look to see, is there any way I can find out who this person is? Correct or not? Right or not? You see, every day morning, new day, sun is rising, sunlight, health, good health. we get as gifts, do we ever ask, Harry, who is this? I would like to know. I would like to find out who sent us all this wonderful gifts. Shouldn't we ask, brother? Shouldn't we ask? Isn't it right? Isn't it just a grateful heart to go and search and ask, Eric, who is this? I would like to know. I would like to know him personally, and I would like to meet him, and I would like to say thank you. Correct? No way to know by our own efforts. But God has revealed. The only way by revelation. So I want to tell you this. The only way that we can know about God is through revelation. Okay? I will tell you one way of God's revelation is nature. Right? But we know that nature tells in so many ways about who God is. I told you about God's kindness and goodness and so on. Another way that God is revealed is in a written form. Okay? Written form. It's a little bit more clear. In nature we can see some things, many things about God. Okay? How kind, how intelligent He is, how brilliant He is, how perfect He is. So many things we know from nature. From our own being we know. If we can, with our intellect, we can make so many wonderful things, robots and computers and so many other things. What would be the person who made us? How intelligent he would be, right? How much more perfect he would be, right? Small mistake in this world, the way the world runs. So much a problem, right? If the rotation speed is increased a little bit, what will happen to it? It all fly from here, right? The rotation speed is little decreased, The temperature is increased little beyond what we could sustain. We will not burn to that. Temperature is decreased, we will not freeze. See, final adjustment, everything is done with so much of perfection that the one who created this. There are so many things we know about God from creation. Another way I told you is written form. Okay? Now there are so many books in the world which talks about God, but I want to talk about Bible. It's not about religion. Okay, I'm just telling you the beginning because I'm going to tell you why I think Bible is the revelation of God. Okay, I'll give you some proofs because God has created only two divisions. One is man and one is woman. That's all. The man, we have divided our society into different pieces. Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, so on. So many different. God has created only man and female. Male and female. That's the only division that He made. Other divisions are all made by man. So, when you look at it, the Bible objectively, few things I want to tell you why I think Bible is a revelation of God. Okay? Number one. Bible starts with, so let me read one verse and tell you. Bible starts with one verse. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So, it is giving an expression that God already exists. It is not proving. It's saying, in the beginning, God, what did He do? Created the heavens and the earth. Now, what is the proof that God created? Now, we are living in 2017 here. Okay, we don't know what happened in the beginning, right? Who can say what happened in the beginning? A person who was there, right? That means that person is infinite. He has got no beginning, no end. That means he can tell us what exactly happened there. So he can tell the past. Now there is another question. What about future? In tomorrow's newspaper, can you tell me the headline? No. Tomorrow's headline we don't know. What about 100 years down the line? 1000 years down the line? In the future what will happen? We cannot say that. Only who can say? A God, a person who is living at that time only can say. So that means a person spanning from eternity to eternity, he can only say all this. Right? Now first thing, why I say the Bible is the Word of God is because the Bible speaks about what happened in the past. And Bible speaks about what will happen in the future. And Bible also speaks about what is happening now. Okay? I will give you simple examples for you to understand. Now, we know about many of these inventions that we have made, right? In this today, it's after so many experiments and so many trials and so many things, so many years of research have brought about these inventions that we see. But only God can say something about this, the principles of this world. All right. Now, let me tell you one example from the Bible. One is the shape of the earth. Now, the shape of the earth that we live was found to be spherical only after so many years, because first it was thought that it was flat. But later we found out, when we have people going out to space, taking photos and cameras and measuring, and so many different ways, people found out that the earth is spherical. But so many centuries back in the Bible, we see that earth is spherical. Can I take that verse for you? Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, chapter 20 and verse 22.
It is he that sits upon the circle of the earth.
The circle of the earth. What is the shape? Spherical. Yeah. The root word is spherical. So, even after this is written in BC 600. Now, even so many years before man could ever invent it by their empirical means, by experiments and so on, the Bible proclaims that earth is circular or spherical in shape. Alright? Let me take you to Leviticus 17 verse 11. Leviticus chapter 17. So this, don't bother about the books and all that. I'm just reading from the Bible so that you'll understand, okay? One of you can read 17 verse 11.
So this is because life of the body is in the head.
Yeah. See, Joseph Henry, I think in the 1800s, discovered that the life of the body is where? In the blood. Yeah. So many years back, the Bible proclaims that this is scientific truth to us. Alright? Okay. Let us look at one other verse. In the book of Job. Job chapter 28 verse 11. Yes.
They search for places.
The search for places
where rivers
where rivers
begin
begin.
and bring things hidden out into the light.
Yeah, another translation.
He binds the floods from overflowing.
Yeah, they bind the floods from when the river comes, we bind it. We stop it, right? From overflowing, and then
And the thing that is hid brings he forth to
the
light.
thing that is hid brings he forth.
To light.
What do you think it is? Yeah? Where do you stop water from? Dams. Why dams? What is hidden in the dam? What is hidden, you bring it forth. So, I don't know when this was found, the hydroelectric power. And they found out that this energy, which when the water flowing, when you can stop it, you can use that energy for something so many uses, right? We can bring it to life what is hidden. My friends, I can give you numerous examples of scientific things or discoveries. That's only who can say this? Who can say this? Only God can say this. Why? Because He is infinitely more knowledgeable than we are, and He is the so scientific proof that the Bible is true. No man can say this. Second, who can say what will happen in the future? Only God. Okay. Now in the Bible we see many things that happen in the future, right? One thing is about so many years back, and I'm talking about prophecy that fulfilled. And one of the latest prophecies that we see fulfilled in the Bible is the birth of Jesus. Okay, 600 years before that happened, in the book of Isaiah, 600 years before, the prophet says, I'm reading this just because to know that Isaiah chapter.
Uncle, one doubt that you're asking is, how do you know that this is written before? How do you know that?
Okay. When you see a book, okay, any book, right? How do we know that when this particular book was written? Manuscripts. Okay. There's one biggest proof of ancient literature. Ancient literature is that how many manuscripts from what age and how we can find out the age of the manuscript. When we see the earliest manuscripts that is available for the Bible is dating back to 80s, between 1800. So many. There is no other literature which is available in the whole of the world dating back to that, and we have archaeological evidence because many of these small portions of this are dug down, written in small tablets of stone. There are archaeological evidences to prove that history, what we see, what we get here, were there at that particular time. So archaeological evidence is a very huge proof that the manuscripts were old, and the manuscripts we know that is ancient. And about the internal evidence, I can give you a document to go through it in more detail, but I'm just saying that there are internal evidences, there are external evidences. Internal evidences from the Bible that we know many of the secular historians also are written, where we compare events that happened, thousands of years back. What is secular, like Josephus, like the Roman historian, yeah, the Julian,
Labius,
Josephus, all of them were secular historians. Okay, they also have written about. So they also have quoted from this. That means these were written many years back from their time. Right? So we compare those literature with this literature we know. And how do we know this is written? Because of the accuracy. Because there are historical events. Okay, there are historical events that happen which can be correlated with what happened in history. Right? Which can be correlated. Okay. So what are we saying about the prophecy? Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14.
The Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will be pregnant. She will have a son, and she will name him Emmanuel.
Isaiah was a historical character. Lived 600 years before Christ. He is writing this. And he is saying, a virgin shall give birth to a child. And this only happened once in history. So many years before. One other prophecy is about the birth of Israel. Okay, you know the nation Israel, right? So many early nations fell into oblivion, right? But one very clear prophecy in the Bible is that wherever these people of Israel they are scattered, they will be brought back. So before 1947, we know that Jews were scattered in all different parts of the world. Alright, 2000 years, they had no nation of their own, no place to stay. They were in Russia, they were in Germany, they were in India, they were in Africa. So many places they were scattered. Right? But the Bible says that even if they are scattered in all different places, they'll be all brought back. A tremendous prophecy that happened just 60 years back. Okay, Isaiah chapter 66, verse 8. Isaiah 66, verse 8.
No one has ever heard of that happening. No one has ever seen that happening. In the same way, no one ever saw a country begin in one day.
No one ever saw a country begin in one day. 1947, you know what happened? In World War. Britain was losing the war. Chile was providing the source material for their bombs. And the Germany's U-boats were intercepting them, and they had no way of getting this raw material. A brilliant chemist called Cain Weismann, he invented a way by which he could get raw material nitrogen from the atmospheric nitrogen, ammonia from atmospheric nitrogen. And because of that great invention, they were able to make bombs and able to build one. You know, this man was very instrumental. Prime Minister asked, what reward do you want? He said, sir, 2000 years we were scattered all over the world. In different places we were there. Our tears fell in India, in Africa, in Europe. Our people are persecuted, killed, chased like dogs. I want one thing, sir. We want a place for us to rest. And if you go into Google and find out Balfour Declaration, Palestine being declared homeland for Jews. That's how. See? One day can a nation be born? Yes, one day it was born. And because of that declaration, the nation of Israel came into being. Now, it's God's timepiece. So many things are happening right now, I don't have time to explain. The prophetic fulfillment of what the Bible says. Okay, now one prophecy has gone wrong. So we see that Israel is God's God's timepiece, or God's display window to the world, saying that I control things, I am in charge. Okay, so I said about the prophetic fulfillment of things. So why I say all this is, the word is the word of revelation. Only the revelation of God can bring about this future event, what is going to happen. One thing that is going to happen, I will tell you, when it happens you will know. Okay? Jesus Christ said in the end times, there is a man who will come, who is going to, a situation will come, the world situation will come in such a way that it will be a right atmosphere for a man to rule the whole world. Okay? There are three things that what the Bible says will happen in the end times. Number one world currency. Okay, today we know most of the economists in the world, they are very heatedly debating about taking away all our currencies and making it into one. Already little bit is coming, like Bitcoin and all it has started, but it is coming in a big way that they are going to make a one world currency, that means a one world economy. That's how the whole thing is going around. Second is one world religion. That means the whole world is saying, okay, we have so many religions, we don't want all this. We want one religion and the whole world can be made to one religion. Easily getting into that level. Third is one world government. One world government. By says the whole world is getting to be controlled by one person. You know, it is very easy now because of the power of internet today. Sitting at remote places, you can manage so many different companies or branches all over the world, right? No problem. Because they can see, they can talk, they can interact, they can do everything. So, one world currency is also possible because whole world economy can be controlled through the internet. There is no worry, no problem. Because of the power of the communication today, even religion, even military and force. So this is coming to a very close finally, I would say, about what the Bible says. Finally, this man called the Antichrist is going to come, and he is going to take charge of this world. So this is a prophecy which is just happening, which is just going on, which is written very clearly in Scripture. So prophetic fulfillment is very clear. Only who can say this? I want to take a verse. Isaiah chapter 42. God is making a claim. What is he claiming? 42 verse 8 and 9.
I am the Lord.
I am the Lord.
That is my name.
That is my name.
I will not give my glory to another.
Yes.
I will not let idols take the prize that should be mine.
Yes.
The things I said would happen have happened.
Yes. Things I said would happen has happened.
And now I tell you about new things.
Now I tell you about new things.
Before those things happen,
Before those things happen,
I tell you about
I tell you about. Who can say this? We can't even say about tomorrow's newspaper. He's saying, all the things that are going to come, I'm going to tell you before it happens. So prophetically, I say that this is the word of God. And there's another. This book can change lives. That is the greatest power of this book. And so many people, after reading this Bible, their lives were completely transformed. Were completely changed. They had no peace before. But once they saw this, they had decided. A friend of mine, who at the age of 23, was pursuing all the pleasures of this world. He was poor, but he was trying to help somebody by climbing on this, in the olden times in Kerala, we had this wooden roof. He climbed on the wooden roof, and that roof broke and he fell down. And his back went and hit against the box. And 2 years later, he was diagnosed with spinal TB, and he was paralyzed. Coming from a Hindu background, and this boy was poor and already in difficulty, and he prayed and he made prayers. Do something, some help. Now he's paralyzed. Nobody is there. His father is dead. Only his mother used to go for work and sometime later he saw that his mother was diagnosed with cancer, and he attempted suicide 2 times because of the terrible situation that he was in. At that time, we met him, spoke about peace that comes from this. Hear the Bible. Today I can introduce him to you. He's one of the happiest person. His condition is still the same. He cannot walk. Someone has to carry him or pull him. But he's so happy. What brought about this, I'm saying? No human can do that. This is the transforming power of God. This is how we see that God can change, transform human life. Bring true peace and happiness into life, which are totally shattered by the circumstances. Now he says, I'm glad. My situation is not changed. I'm still paralyzed. I still need external help. God is my God. Joy for me. He smiles. And there are other paraplegics. You see, how can he smile? He says, it will change me. So there is this transforming power of the Bible because it is written by God. This is inspired by God, written by God. So this is the proof that I give of life being changed. So who is this God? God who reveals to us through the nature, through the Bible. There is another one way that He revealed. He said, God in sundry times and in diverse manners spoken to us through one people, but in the last time spoken to us through the Son. That means the coming of Lord Jesus Christ was the greatest revelation of God in this world. Right? Now, I told you that to know about God by human methods is impossible because we cannot find. But we can expect a revelation from God. And that is exactly what God did through the nature. That is exactly what God did through the Bible. And that is exactly what God did through sending His Son into this world. You have heard about Jesus Christ, right? He lived in this earth for only 33 and a half years. He has not gone out of Palestine. He is just only walked there. But his life was an embodiment of the nature of God. Love, joy, peace. Okay, all the characteristics of God. Everyone looked at this life, left and right and left, but he could not see any sin in his life. Sinless person. Another thing, he had power over sickness. He healed many sick people. He had power over demons. He had power over the elements of this world, the nature. He had power over death. And he said, I am going to be crucified. I am going to the cross and I am going to die there. But that's not the end of the story. Anybody can die. Anyone can die on the cross. Instead, I am going to be raised out on the third day. 3 days later, Christ came back to life. And that is the ultimate proof that He was God in heart. Many people claim that they were God and they were died and they are gone. We don't hear about them. We don't see about them. But what about Christ? He made that claim and He rose again on the third day. So many of their disciples saw Him. 500 people saw Him. He was risen again. And today, the great thing is for you and for me is that this God is living today. How do we know? Because we experience. In our day, we talk with Him, we pray with Him, we interact with Him, we see that He is helping us. So, I tell you, God is revealed to us through the nature, God is revealed to us through the Word of God, God is revealed to us finally through Lord Jesus Christ. Now, I'm not talking about religion, okay, I'm talking about personally. To know God is to know Him personally. And because He has revealed Himself to us, it is possible for you and for me to go to Him and talk to Him. Know about Him. Understand Him. Okay? Now He wants all good things to happen to us. Why do people go to God today? Go to church or temple or mosque today? Okay? Why do people go to religious places? There are many reasons. Some peace. But mostly, out of fear, yeah. Yeah, they want some help, either to pass the exam or get a job. Correct? When do we see people going to these places more? So exam is coming. Correct? Or when sickness happens, they will pray very earnestly. Yeah, when some company is going very bad, people will come and they use God as an object to get their things done. Right? God is not ATM machine. Right? God has got a character, He is a personal God, He is a sovereign God. Right? He can give all these things, but I am not saying He cannot give, He can. But He is not an ATM machine. He is a God who is creator, also a judge. Right? A judge. Who judges people according to what they do. If God made a law, if someone breaks the law, God is going to ask him and punish him. So, when God is a judge, He will have to judge people who are doing wrong, right? But at the same time, God is love. Same time, God is love. How can we meet these two things together? God is righteous and God is a righteous judge on one side. Another side, God is a loving Father. How do we meet these two things? I'll tell you an interesting story that goes. There was a very well-known judge. Very well-known judge. He was known for his righteousness. He was known for the way that he impartially makes his judgment. No one could find a fault with him. One day, a man was brought to him. The moment he saw the face of this man, he was about to faint. This judge, who was a righteous judge, who had no black spot in his whole career, the moment he saw the face of this man, he was about to faint. You know the reason? That man was his son. Handcuffed, brought to him down. What is the dilemma here? What's the problem here? And the police is reading this, the things that he did. That he has stolen so many lakhs of rupees. Shame to the judge, but now the police has brought in very clear evidence, got red-handed. What did he do? If he is a righteous judge, what should he do? He should punish him. If he is a loving father, what should he do? Say, what can he do now? It's caught between two things. His job as a righteous judge, but this role as a loving father. You know what he did? He wrote guy has to pay this much money back, at the same time the fine of so many lakhs of rupees. There is nothing less, no partiality here. He went to his room, took off his dress, took the checkbook from his pocket, wrote the check, and gave it to the registrar. He was a righteous judge. At the same time, he was a loving. He knew this boy can't pay, otherwise he'll have to go to prison. His loving heart as a father was shown there. At the same time, this judgment as we see, what we see when we do sin, God has to punish us. But God is a loving father also. So what can he do? That's what he did on the cross. You know the cross? When Jesus died, Jesus was punished for our crimes, for our sin. But at the same time, we see that he wanted to save us for our sins. The cross is a place where God showed his righteousness. At the same time, God showed his love for us. Today, this is the invitation that God has brought for each one of us. The God who loves us, who is loving, the God who is the judge of all the universe, he has given the greatest gift of Jesus Christ to you and to me. It is yours for the taking, right? If you accept him, God says you can have eternal life. This is what the whole essence of the whole Bible is. So I close here. Today we discuss about what is God. Next class, next Wednesday evening, I would like to discuss about what is man and how do we know who we are. How do we know that what is expected of us? What is the purpose of man? Why are we created? Is there a plan? All these things, I would like to ask this question, I would like to answer this question. So come back next week with more questions that you have heard from here. And this time we would like to close because we are not the living God.